You have the key? Yeah. Bye, Star. Bye, Rex.
Bye, guys. Love y'all. Be good.
Let's go. That way and then that way. So right now, we're walking to 8 Ball from the crib. I went one day, stopped by, and they were cool. They treated me good. Hooked me up with some coffee and a bandana. Ever since then, I just kept going back. And then eventually they opened this spot, and here we are now. For those that don't know, San Antonio, it can be dangerous, obviously, on the wrong side. But where I grew up, I mean, I grew up in a good neighborhood, good parents, good school. But I mean, like I said, there's bad parts that you don't want to go to. But San Antonio's cool. It's my home. That's what I'm used to. Get your ass in there. What up, dog? How you doing? Chilling. What up, Benjamin? This is my homie Ben. He's one of the owners of 8 Ball.
How's it going, man? Yeah, we've been here for about a year and going on a half. We started off as a truck right up the street. One day he just showed up. Just turned into one of those things where we'd see him every day. And, you know, he would just get hot latte, iced latte, I mean, whatever really he's in the mood for, man.
At the time, we were a lot slower in business. Showed up one day and we're like chilling outside the truck.
Spend hours outside.
Yeah, we would spend like hours just hanging out. But we showed up and we're like, oh, okay, let's get in, let's start working. He's like, oh no, I'm here to hang out. And we're like, oh, all right, like, okay, yeah, let's hang out.
He's a good customer, and then we ended up turning out to be, you know, really good friends.
They actually taught me how to make a coffee. I'm still learning somewhat, but they taught me, you know, the main part. And then eventually after boxing, when I retire, hopefully they're still around. We can team up and do something. It's a relationship I want to keep going, especially with the coffee. I do get recognized a lot more than before, but I mean, people, I feel like here at 8 Ball, they're used to see me already, but like outside 8 Ball, they kind of like, sometimes I see them shaking and shit. Like, it's crazy. It's an honor, you know, to be known in a city where you're from, born and raised, where you probably represent inside the ring. When you get that love back, it just, to be honest with you, I don't really study boxing at this point. But when I was coming up, I would study a lot of Lomachenko and Nonito Donaire. So definitely got my angles and footwork inspiration from Lomachenko. That's just my style. That's what Robert, you know, the kind of fighter he turned me into. Originally, before, like as an amateur, I was just a come forward fighter. So, you know, I've always had that style, even as an amateur. But Robert Garcia was able to, you know, put some things here and there, and that's just made me the better fighter I am today.
Bam, I would love to see Bam about to fight after his. I would love for him to get that anyway fight. You know who Bam reminds me of? Salvador Sanchez. I started watching Salvador Sanchez like a month ago. You know, because I kept hearing about him. My pops would tell me about him. Like, yo, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Bam Rodriguez, he kind of reminds me of him. He reminds me of him. Like, everything is like, what he does is effortless. And then when he see you ain't got shit, you're like, all right, I'm gonna take your ass up. I'm gonna stop playing with you. I would love to see him fight.
Jesse Bam Rodriguez is prepared for his June 13th clash with WBA bantamweight champion Antonio Vargas. The superstar. Unified Junior Bantamweight World Champion will move up in weight and will be looking to become a champion in a new weight class as he inches closer to the high-stakes clash with Naoya Inoue. Even though Bam has a world title clash with Vargas coming up next, the boxing world is looking forward to the biggest fight in boxing history, which pits two pound-for-pound stars against one another. However, Bam has to get through Antonio Vargas first, who will be more than happy to cause an upset and dash all hopes of Bam and the boxing world, who are eager to witness the American and Japanese superstars take on one.
Usually the lower weight classes are dominated by Eastern fighters, and you're really the one American that's really stepping up and kind of being at the top of the game. How does it feel to kind of, represent for the States in the lower weight classes?
Feels good, man. I'm just thankful that I have a belt, a little bit more favor, balls in my court. As an American fighter, man, especially in the lower weight class, you said it, they're more dominated by the, the Eastern culture and stuff like that. So I want to fight these guys, man. I want to bring all the belts back to America in my weight class. I was telling my promoter the next fight, if I can fight for a belt, I would like to fight for a belt as soon as possible and try to unify and become undisputed.
I'm always stuck back, reported.
Vargas has his own ambitions of dominating the lower weight classes, but trying to get the better of Jesse Bam Rodriguez seems like an impossible task to accomplish. You see, Bam is the star of the lower weight classes and has successfully risen the ranks over the past few years. He is always in talks for the pound-for-pound rankings after every fight. The 26-year-old has 16 knockout wins in 23 fights and stopped his opponents early in his last 5 outings. In the ring, he is in hot form, achieving world titles in 2 weight classes, including the unified WBA, WBC, WBO, and Ring Magazine Super Flyweight titles. He previously held the WBC Super Flyweight title and the unified IBF and WBO Flyweight titles. His promoter Eddie Hearn holds him in high regard and recently shed light on his meteoric rise across divisions. Bam!
Yeah, I've got to thank Kevin Rooney as well, who's our sort of matchmaker in the US, who spotted Bam a long time ago. I mean, Kevin comes to me with a lot of young fighters, and some go on to, they're all good fighters, but some obviously go on to be special. And Robert Garcia told me many years ago, look, honestly, take a chance with this kid. He's so good, he's this, and he was a light flyweight. And I just thought, we don't really have a lot of light flyweights, but I put him on a show, he looked good. And then obviously, he was going to be on the undercard of Quadras against Rungvisai. Rungvisai pulled out and we had a week to go. Jesse's fighting at light flyweight. It's like, look, do you want to step up 2 divisions and fight Quadras for the world title? And he's like, yes. Wins that fight. Big performance. Stops Rungvisai. Drops down to flyweight. Because they always said, look, we're not super fly. We're light fly. But then dropped to fly. Won that world title. Unified it against Sonny. And then that was the fight they said, we can't make fly anymore. And he looked massive on Saturday night as a superfly. So I know that at 24 years of age, he's going to bantam. He'll go to super bantam. So you're talking about, in my opinion, a 4-5 division world champion in weighting. And the ceiling for him is so high because he's just going to get better and better. And I'm just pleased now that he's actually becoming a star. A lot of people in boxing have been a fan for him for a while. Now, boxing fans, the casual boxing audience, and even beyond, are starting to recognise how good this.
Although Bam is exceptional, he is going to be the challenger going into this upcoming fight with Antonio Vargas, the Mexican-American and Puerto Rican WBA bantamweight champion feels honored to be fighting a boxing superstar. During their pre-fight press conference, Vargas praised Bam as one of the best fighters in the sport, acknowledging him as a top 3 pound-for-pound talent. Vargas expressed great excitement for the challenge, noting that fighting and beating the best is the primary goal of the sport. He believes his past tough experiences have prepared him for this high-level matchup and looks forward to testing his growth against an elite opponent.
Robert Diaz, you called this out. They said you had a dream about winning this fight. This was the one you wanted. Ready to go June 13th against Jesse Rodriguez in Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah, I'm really excited, man, because like you said, Bam is one of the best fighters in the sport right now. Top 3, pound for pound, so I want to challenge myself with a guy like him, and I look forward to giving the fans a good fight.
Obviously, your pedigree is sensational, amateur and pro as well, an Olympian in 2016. But over the last couple of years, you've had to go into the Lions Den. What's that experience been like for you to prepare you for a fight like this? Those tough fights in Japan, and against, especially coming off the Hager fight as well, which was a sensational fight.
Yeah, it's definitely been good experiences for me as a fighter. You know, I'm still growing, I'm still developing, and it's definitely helped me to learn and grow. And I'm looking to put those experiences, you know, to the test. He's on another level, so I look forward to, like I said, giving the good fans a good fight.
Bam is kind of like, I know he's a rival on June 13th, but it seems like every fighter that we talk to say, yeah, he's one of our favourite fighters. Now you get to face him. Is that what it's all about? I know you believe you can win this fight, that's why you're in it, but that's what you want, to face the very best in the sport and try and defeat those pound-for-pound greats.
Yeah, that's the name of the sport, is to fight the best and to beat the best, so he's one of the best in the sports right now, so I'm ready.
Bam acknowledged that he is the challenger going into this fight. He expressed deep respect for Vargas, highlighting his background as a US Olympian with extensive amateur and professional experience. Bam emphasized that despite some fans writing Vargas off due to a lack of mainstream recognition, he anticipates a very dangerous and high-stakes battle. He noted that moving up to 118 pounds to pursue a third division world title provides more motivation than a standard title defense. Bam looks forward to returning to Phoenix, which he considers a second home, as the challenging environment and significant risks involved are exactly what push him to perform at his absolute best.
Before Antonio got on the stage, challenger this time. Pretty fun, right? Pretty cool. You've been defending those belts, you've been collecting those belts. Now a new challenge up at 118.
Yes, sir. Antonio Vargas, like you said, he's a U.S. Olympian, has a lot of experience in the amateurs and the pros as well. He's a tough fighter. He has good speed. So I'm expecting a very tough fight. A lot of people are writing him off just because he doesn't have a big name, but come June 13th, I'm expecting a great fight, a tough fight from Antonio Vargas, and it's just going to make that much of a better fight. It's going to be a lot of fireworks, so tune in.
Yeah, I guess that makes him dangerous. The fact that he's young, the fact that, you know, not naive, but yet to be in those massive fights, the excitement of that, the pedigree, the CV, amateur and pro as well. This is a real live dog, a live opponent. You've got to be at your very best.
Yeah, for sure. These kind of fights are the fights that bring out the best in any kind of boxer. You know, high stakes, a lot to lose, a lot to gain as well. So I think both of us coming in with that mentality is going to make a great fight.
Talk about that move to 118 pounds. I know when we were talking to Robert, of course, the dream was that it's on ice for now. There is that return back to 115 to fight for undisputed as well. But when we talked about like a voluntary defense or something like that, it wasn't really of interest. You want to keep on pushing the boundaries, keep on collecting the silverware, and that was important for you this time around.
Yeah, exactly. I think a title defense wouldn't have excited me as much as this fight does. Moving up to another division, trying to conquer another world title against a fighter like Antonio Vargas will push me that much more inside the gym and make me go out there and perform.
The presser was full of surprises as it was revealed that both these fighters have a past history, with Bam having sparred Vargas several years ago. Their historic sparring session adds to the excitement of this matchup. Both fighters have high expectations from this clash and will be looking for nothing less than a victory.
I do a lot of the scouting for my dad at the gym, and he's somebody that I've seen fight since he was an amateur. And I believe Bam also told us a couple weeks ago that they actually got a little bit of sparring when they were younger kids at the Olympic Training Center. So we're looking forward to the fight. We know Antonio's a great world champ, and it's gonna be a great night.
Well, that's fascinating. I didn't know that. Is this true story? How old were you when you two were sparring? Or do you remember that spar?
Yeah, we was tech sparring. It's something where you touch it, but he was, man, I think at that time I was at 114. I think he was like 106. So I would have never thought, man, that he would get to the level where he's at right now. Just to see him grow the way he did, it's inspiring, man. And like I said, I'm just glad that I get to fight a fighter like him and share that ring experience. So
Finally, a question, one more to you each. Antonio, June 13th, Desert Diamond Arena is going to be a huge night, huge crowd. Everything you've dreamed of, those kind of fights. You envisage it, you see it. I know you said you've dreamt about this as well. You beat this guy, you become a pound for pound great. Is that what happens on June 13th?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm training for. With God's help, He's given me the strength to get this far, and God, His hands is over me, and my strength comes from Him. My glory goes to Him. So I'm looking for the victory June 13th.
And Bam, finally for you, business as usual. I know you respect the fight, you know the challenges there, but your confidence is growing and growing. Just at 26, a true great of the sport. Many big nights, big achievements, and another belt to the collection in Glendale, Arizona.
Yes, sir. Just another great night, another great performance, and ready to collect another belt.
We cannot wait. June 13th, part of a huge schedule on DAZN around the world. Two great fighters, Antonio Vargas, the WBA world champion. This time, Bam Rodriguez, the challenger, one of the true great pound for pounds of the sport. We can't wait for another electric night in Glendale after the